is er jou overkomen?
My name is Peter, and like many people, I suffered with severe back pain since young age. I was always very enthusiastic about life, and the quote, live a life where you don't need a holiday from, was something that was really written on myself. And it made me do a lot of entrepreneurship. However, I was confronted with back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, what made surgeries there, and unfortunately revalidation not always did what it was expected to do.
Hoe ging jij door het leven voordat je al de kennis had opgedaan? Wat had er eigenlijk vast wat je nu wist? Wat was uw levensstijl?
I was working super hard. I really had a mindset to achieve something in life, to make money, because that's what we are learned. Life is about money, a big car, this and that. So yeah, I have an amazing drive, but it has led to a physical suffering. Like a lot of people, we demand a lot of our body, a lot of our cells, what we are actually not really designed for. We are a primate, a mammal, and if we compare the way that we are constructed over millions of years, where we live, how we live, which conditions we were living in, and if you compare that with the extravagant luxury lifestyle we all have, even poor people, nobody has to have hunger anymore. Everybody is sheltered. Cold is not even there anymore. It's a very, very, very big change for the health of our body, and this is actually not really learned to us. The solution that we always see is medicine, but there are better things. Medicine can be good, of course, but and the doctors as well. But there are different things in the basics, the developing of our cells, where are big things missing.
Je ging vanaf je 23 door het leven met een aantal beperkingen die door onderzoek werden vastgesteld. Welke waren het en hoe ging je daarmee om?
Well, so the biggest problem I was facing is a lordose, which means that the lower back is really hollow, like you have a ducktail. It's very funny, so you walk a little bit with your ass really backwards. And the thing is, it became a genetical thing, because when I start to understand about that, I could see that my father has very severe same lordosis, the other children as well, but also my son. So you can imagine that also the fact that your own child has a serious problem that you see, which is reholding him from certain kind of things, movings, being flexible. It's an extra motivator. So, but it was the lordose that gave an immense tiring feeling on my back. And when I speak with other people, it's apparently a very common thing. Many people suffer with a back that has upper or lower issues that gives pain or a tiring feeling. And in my case, it became so bad that it became a hernia. And surgery was inevitable. And actually, that was a big turning point in my life, because when I went then to very good help to get good revalidation, and it didn't work. After 1 year, it was even worse. And then the only solution was to not do anything anymore and take painkillers and tranquilizers. And that's not the style of life that I really like.
Er werd scoliose, lordose ontdekt. Kan je ons vertellen over die pijn? Wat je ervaarde van, wat eigenlijk misschien ook, hoe zou ik het zeggen, wat moet ik dat zeggen? Ik voel het gewoon een beetje in mijn eigen woorden. De beperking.
Well, the thing is that you wake up in the morning and you're stiff. And the stiffness is accepted at a certain moment. You learn to live with the problem. You learn to live with the pain, because you search and it's not there's not really a solution found. So and it limits you in in whatever you want to do. So I was very keen in maybe becoming a sports person. I don't know, because I love sports. I love moving a lot. It's very funny that, of course, now we can all see it. But you just feel that when you go do something and you really want to challenge yourself, that you hit a glass ceiling, and that's a very unpleasant feeling, because you have to stop or you have to back off and cannot give yourself 100% anymore, because your body doesn't want to come with you, which is very frustrating.
Dat is eigenlijk een beperking dat je voelde en waar je waar daardoor eigenlijk een beetje gezocht naar een oplossing, of dat je dacht van oké, nee, dit wil ik niet.
Well, since my 23rd, I'm consulting any kind of solution that I found out that was existing, physiotherapy or any kind of kinesiology, chiropractors and everything. And everything was helping just a little bit, but I never felt like, yes, now I'm on a really good track that is going in a positive way. Every time it was helping just a little bit, but not really serious until actually, I really crashed, because the hernia was not only a physical aspect, but my brain was also a big mess.
Welke hulp of advies kreeg je van onderzoekers om de pijn eigenlijk te verzachten, te verhelpen, dat eigenlijk de oplossing zou kunnen bieden? I've been to many doctors to ask for advice, but the solution they try to give you is mainly in going to a kinesist and do exercises that I have seen, and I don't want to be negative about other things, but in the end, whatever I have tried in that regard has not really helped me. So je hebt medicijnen voorgeschreven gekregen, pijnstillers, maar dat werkte niet. Het was geen oplossing. Het was meer op de lange baan en gewoon pijnverzachtend. Dat je dat dan even zo kunt verwoorden.
So about the advice of the doctors. Eh? So I went to see, of course, many doctors and tried to find a solution, which was in most of the cases painkillers and anti-inflammatory, because there was not really also, except the lordose, a real problem constated. They never said your muscles did or your muscles that. It was like, we don't know actually what was doing wrong. So they took many scans, MRIs, but what could they see? That my joints were pretty narrow. And then they said, okay, these things will relax a little bit, and that's the best we can do.
Toen er geen oplossing bleek te zijn bij jezelf op een oplossing van zoeken, waarom heb je hier niet bij neergelegd? Waarom heb je niet gezegd van het is zo, die lordose die is er, the why?
So being, I love life a lot. The thing that I really found out, suffering so hard, is that I see the people around me who are also suffering. A lot of my friends have problems on their knees and whatever, but it's I got something in me that says I want to find a solution. Maybe the numeric of myself is 2810, what I think is very funny to see, that also some very great people in life were also 2810, and it gave me also a big boost that it is me, so I don't have to doubt about myself, but I just wanted to find a solution. I don't want to live with pain the whole time, because there's nothing so bad than living with pain. I know that now, and I know many people are suffering also from pain, and it's sometimes just a small thing, and that's the whole problem. Our brain is designed to cover small pains, small issues, because normally in nature we have to be strong. Every day we have to be there to find food, to continue. That's actually still our main drive. If you read The Naked Ape from Desmond Morris, he has a very beautiful explanation how and why these things are really in our DNA. But of course, today we wake up and we go to the refrigerator and everything is there. So there is no challenge anymore. So it's really hard to be motivated now to challenge yourself. And this is what, I consider myself super fortunate today that I am such a motivated person, that I love life so much. And that the moment that I start to feel what began as a desperate search for maybe finding a solution, became suddenly making things move. I was so curious and starting to experience that there was more. And this is what brought me now on a search from 11 years, what is insanely long.
11 jaar, 10 uur per dag, leren. Wat is jouw drijfkracht? Een voorbeeld, personage of motivatie. Motivatie, een beetje zo echt nu het gezegd, maar misschien nog eens een andere context of hoe je het anders kunt formuleren.
Starting to find a needle in a haystack, because that was what I was trying to do. I mean, if specialists say we don't know anymore, and you have to search for yourself for a solution, how are you going to start? How are you going to start? I mean, I'm a lake. I didn't study anything of that. So the thing is that studying the anatomy of what we are, looking at the problem that I was facing, brought me to movements and stuff. And it took me about a year to really starting to experience something that was going to happen, that was happening. And the thing is that once I was getting more positive, it gave a smile on my face that finally something was positively happening in myself. It was a matter of who is training. And I'm super interested in martial art. As you can see, Kung Fu, Bruce Lee is an immense inspirer, the Shaolin monks. The way these guys train was always super beautiful for me to watch, and very like, wow, what do these guys do? Of course, myself, I was training with, I call it always, white gloves, because my body was weak, was super weak. So I had to be very careful. I couldn't do hard things. I have to be very gentle with it. But I found slowly a way to treat your body in a gentle way, and although still challenge it. And more, understanding a little bit and finding out more progress, I got more motivated by such things, and what became later also ballet dancers, as also motor riders. Because it's all the different moves from sports people that made me think why we can do this, comparing with nature, how do other real wild animals, how do they walk, how do they climb, how do they live, what do they move? And this was super inspiring, and in that regard, so in the 11 years, more and more times I could pimp my mindset. In the beginning it was, maybe I find a solution for my back problem, maybe I hopefully find something that the pain will not be there anymore. But once the pain really started to become under control, I started to feel like I want to be stronger now, and I feel that I can be stronger and I can do more. So then it was like more of the body. I started to feel more all the tensions, the details. And finally it becomes a challenge of who am I, and what is the potential in myself as a human being, as a living species, and finding that out is what I'm looking for now.
Dus ja, je bent het menselijk lichaam gaan bestuderen. Wat is hieruit gebleken? Dan vernoem ik eigenlijk naar dat we verkeerd bezig zijn. Het verleden toont ons aan dat we ons lichaam niet benuttigen hoe dat we het zouden moeten benuttigen.
Well, one of the biggest first conclusions I could make is, I did make, is that we are actually a primate, and we have 4 limbs, and we are always working upwards, always on 2 limbs. And then it's a very funny question. Yeah, Peter, do we have to walk around on hands and feet? Of course not, because our whole world is now designed on that regard. But the problem is that the way the anatomical model is approached from the doctors and from the medicine world, makes that the use of our limbs, for example, our arms, is a lot insufficient to actually just maintain it, because we are a self-maintaining thing. We are everything works on floating. Our vascular system, our digesting system, anything else. I mean, nutrients that go around in your body, everything is brought by blood. Most of the things by blood, and it can stream. And like Bruce Lee said, floating water never freezes. So we have a lot of people with frozen shoulders, like myself. I had a frozen shoulder, but what does it mean? A frozen shoulder means that the limitation in moving a shoulder makes that everything what is there that can be moved, will start to dry out, it start to shrink, and it will finally start to be inflamming. So pain and inflammation is there. And then people need to start to do movements. So, but it's better to try to do it before it becomes a real problem.
Kan je ons vertellen welke impact het traject op jouw leven heeft gehad en dan het resultaat van het onderzoektraject dat je zelf hebt gedaan? En bijvoorbeeld, ik zal meteen recht terug, alles te goed doen voor het menselijk lichaam. Ja.
It's crazy that somebody will say loud that he is happy to be suffering for so long. Because I have been really suffering. And I know, and I want to repeat that again, I know that many people suffer a lot more than they also say, because we are designed not to really complain about physical issues. The thing is that in my case, I was working very hard. I was a builder. And the moment that my crash happened, it was really, I mean, I can say like everything was black. It was over. It was over for me. When the doctors told me that, Peter, we don't know anymore now, I remember very good sitting on an airplane, and I was thinking, if it crashes now, it's over. It is okay, because I couldn't go anymore. It was too much pain and too much. I tried everything, and saying today that I'm happy that this happened is actually amazing. And amazing is a word that I use frequent in what I'm writing, because what I'm experiencing is amazing. It's unbelievable. I could never in my life expect or have thought that I would have this interview, say these things, have got all this knowledge about what we are, because I was where I come from. I was so desperate, but had no other choice. So, and then slowly finding things that were giving me a positive flow, something positive happening, was an immense motivator. And this motivation is still going on, because now I really want to go to the bottom of it, and also help other people, because that's the very nice thing is that I can it's not complicated. The thing actually is there's mainly logic in what I found out. And the logic of things, when people would be, if people would be prepared to give a little bit of time, to look in the mirror, to see, okay, what can I do myself? How can I make changes in my lifestyle that will have a positive effect? Then there are many people that could be benefiting from the advices that I could give them.
Wat is de belangrijkste reden en oorzaak van al de fysieke en mentale problemen van de moderne mens?
Our lifestyle today is actually quite, to say it diplomatic, devastating. It's, I mean, first of all, being outside is something we miss since young, because actually children are already in schools, in classrooms. My own son, I sent him to a school where they had the school with a window open, so in the winter was also cold air. But the thing is that our movement pattern maybe and I refer again to how we were created and how all the time it took to make us to what we are today, the humans, the sapiens. If you compare the moving pattern from all these years to what we are doing now, and it's mainly the last years that we work with computers and stuff, it is we barely use 20-30% of our potential, and that is devastating for something. It would mean if you compare with a car, that you would say, yeah, we have a beautiful car, but the pressure on the tires should be 2.5, but we only put 800, and it will work. But of course, it will not work for a very long time, because it's not designed to be like this the whole time. So if people, instead of move a lot, be outside, challenge themselves, sweat, really push the best out of themselves, what make your hormone system work and drive and makes you feel good, because we are working on a reward. We are such a, how you say, an amazing piece of engineering that is just working on rewards. And there are different kind of rewards, but all the rewards are related to hormones. And whether it is sport, or whether it is finding food, or whether it is doing something for yourself, be gentle for yourself, be gentle for somebody else. Having trust to each other, everything is related to our hormone system, and this makes you stay in balance. And all these things are slowly snowed under. How many people you see these days laughing? Not many anymore. If you walk on the street, most of the people look sad, look very stressed, look on the telephone with a sad face, instead of being joyed and being social. What we are a social species, but our behavior is by far not anymore that what a social species, what we are, in fact should be. And that is a very sad thing, which has an amazing negative influence on our future and on our what we are today.
Welke mensen, en dan verwijs ik naar de 77 moves, kan jij hiermee helpen? Wat kan jij hen bijbrengen?
I think that 77 moves is really grown out of experience, and like Einstein says, knowledge comes from experience, and I'm experiencing 11 years what makes differences on what I experience, on my body, on the well-being of myself. And there are a few very funny and interesting things in that regard that made us made me creating tools, different kind of training tools, simple things, simple devices that you can use daily, because it's your daily moving pattern, again, that you need to adjust. If we bring small changes in there, slowly, and this is why I came to the 77, because it's actually a time that I refer to as well. In 3 months, neuromotorical, your brain will start to learn these new habits, the new skills, and they will become you. It's like you learn to drive a car. In the beginning, you need to search where is the key lock, how I have to put the gear, where is the clutch. After a while, it's an automatism. And it's the same thing with moving. Now we are, if you ask people to walk bare feet on stones, everybody's it hurts, because they're not used to it. But if you do it a few times, frequently, after a while, you will see that your body is designed to deal with such situations, and it has an immense positive influence on your well-being. So this is actually what what we with 77 moves achieve. To make people aware of it, and ask them to just give it a try. Give it a try. What is 77 days? What is 3 months in a lifetime? To try out something new and see if you benefit from it. And if you don't, okay, but you will, I'm sure.
Ja, wel. Met oefeningen, herstel, mentaal welzijn en hoe je beginnen voelen na die 3 maanden.
77 moves will make you do new moves. You will move like you never moved before. And that's, I know it's a very big statement that I'm making, but it is in fact what it is. The limitation of our movements is actually insane. And I'm not the only one telling that. There are other guys that make beautiful new movement things. Maybe I go a little bit further in some things, but What the people mainly will start to experience is more flexibility. Actually, you see very much around you people getting more stiff as a result of the lack of movement. And so when we are triggering ourselves more, again, in these zones where we never go anymore, automatically the brain will start to pick it up. The whole body will start to respond, and it will be happy because the floating of the body will be brought to a higher level, and everything goes more smooth. There's more place, and I refer again to the floating water. The water can flow better, can more flow easy, so you will just start to feel better. And when you feel good, you look good. So people should be more aware of working on how you feel, not on how you look. And everything today is on how you look. Also in the fitness, people are attracted to do sport, to look like this, to look athletic. But the look of athletic is actually a result of if you just want to treat yourself well, take care of yourself, love yourself, and take care of yourself. And that's actually the message that we like to bring with the 77 Moves project.
Als je in één zin, dus denk het even goed na, in één zin kan zeggen dat het zeker moet bijblijven bij de mensen, wat is de key?
Wat heb ik nou opgeschreven? Ik had er iets speciaal. Well, the key point I would like to ask people is to just give it a try. Give it a try. You cannot win, you cannot lose. Again, what is the time? And the more you suffer, the more you will be prepared to do something. It's an experience I see with people I know, people I love. If I see how difficult it is for me to convince them to start doing something, sometimes I think, whoa, how is it possible? But it's in our nature. We have a drive. We are. Everybody's working. The people today. I'm not in one sentence, of course. The goal of 77 Moves is to make people understand, and that I hope they want to give the 77 Moves program a chance on them, because everybody's in charge of himself. So if you decide that you want to make a change, there's only one person that can do that, and that is you. So if you look in the mirror and you say, it's time now, maybe I can do something myself, give it a shot. So the 77 Moves program is actually about trying out yourself to do something for yourself. So people who suffer and who are really in pain or desperately trying to find a solution to whatever kind of issue, do you have a physical issue or even a mental issue, is look at our program and just try it out. Give it a chance. What is 3 months in a lifetime? Nobody likes to suffer. Nobody deserves to suffer. And
eigenlijk is het toch prachtig dat door jouw leidersweg je nu andere mensen kan helpen.
It is actually fantastic to know that not only myself is benefiting from my 11 years of research and everything that I've been doing, but that in the meantime that I have other people helped, and so the idea is that more people could benefit from the things that we have to show and to share. My name is Peter. Being since young an entrepreneur and somebody that loves life, I was always in the motivation to live the life where you don't need a holiday from. So I've been working super hard, trying to find my way in life. And as many people who have that mindset, we go very hard, we go very deep, we keep on working, and we don't spend enough time or energy on what our body actually is needing. So rest and enough moving, good food, things like that, taking really care of what we are, a human, is forgotten. And that, doing that year after year, on top of it with a lot of stress and a lot of hard working and lack of good sleeping hours, make that our body is really suffering, and in that regard you get pain and things. And in my case, it was the knee, the shoulder, and then the back that really, slowly collapsing. And it's 12 years ago now that my hernia surgery had happened. And since then, there was an immense turnover in my life because working was nearly possible, had no energy anymore. And I had to start from far below to refine myself, to reinvent myself, actually.
Ja. En wat heeft u daartoe geleid? Dat is de sleutel.
So that I start to do the research. Dat wilde zeggen?
Nee, waar ik nu naartoe aan het gaan zit, je zit eigenlijk naar beneden gegaan en dan zijn je omhoog gegaan.
Mm-hmm.
En hier ergens zit je sleutel. Die wil ik eigenlijk even zoeken.
The curious person in myself that and the motivated person that I love life very much. I really know I have been lucky to do always a job that I liked, that I could choose myself, and I try to make a combination of work and also do what you like. But in the end, it turned out to be too much, what made me end up in this bad physical situation. But after the finding slowly the solution to start to feel better, that my back become more livable, that was super nice to experience, and opened a new world. I feel really reborn in a certain way. I feel that the way I look to life, the way I look to the things, what we are, it's really a completely different thing than it was before. It's a kind of different consciousness that I started to find. The most difficult thing for people who are suffering is today there is so much on the internet of what people need to do. There's so much advice, but what advice is right? And I don't want to say that I have the advice, but 11 years is a really long time, and in that 11 years all these experiences are based on the previous experiences. It's not that I made immense jumps in one time. It was every time. It's a real growing process. So, and that is now an immense benefit that I can share with other people. And that's the benefit that people can can have as a benefit, because they don't have to spend 11 years to find out what is good for them. We can now be very efficient, because all training, every kind of revalidation training, whether you are a sportsman, whether you are a top sporter, whether you are just somebody is working and say, a few times in the week I want to do a few things just to maintain myself. I mean, it's all about efficiency. The more efficient that you can do things, the more you're going to benefit of it. And actually that is what 77 Moves is about efficiency, logic, efficiency. The biggest difference in 77 Moves and all other ways of maintaining yourselves is that we experience that it's an everyday process. So if you do things every day for only 5 to 10 minutes, it's a massive difference than going once per week to do a training with a personal trainer, whatever kind of best conditions you can do in, because our brain will reset every night. Every night you will store in your subconsciousness what you did consciousness. So if you say in the day I do something with a lot of passion because I want to improve, and you do that every day, then you will become better and better in that. If you do that only once a week, then you get only one reset. So that's the major difference. So the 77 Moves program is mainly based on a daily repetition from small things. You will get into a flow of experience. You will start to feel what is going on, and then you can hook on, I call it. You start to make the connection, and from there on you will start to grow further and further.